Hello everybody, my name is Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. To play this song the easiest, we need a capo on the 4th fret. If you're in need of a capo, there is a link to one in the description below, so feel free to check that out. However, let's dig in with the first verse. Now the first verse has several chords. The first chord we need is an A minor chord, which is an open A string. This is in reference to the capo. We then have 2 on the D and G strings, 1 on the B, and an open E. We then have an E minor chord, which is an open E string, 2 on the A and D strings, and then 0 on the remaining strings. 3 more chords for the first verse. F major is one of them, which is 3 on the D string, 2 on the G, 1 on the B and E. And then the last part of the introduction goes from a C major chord, which is 3 on the A string, 2 on the D, an open G, a 1 on a B, and an open E, to the final chord, which is a C/B, which is 2 on the A string, 0 on the D and G, 1 on the B, and an open E. Now, those chords are going to be very important to this song because you'll see them over and over and over. So, let's just go through those chords one more time. A minor, E minor, F major, C major, C/B. Now, there are 2 main guitar parts in this. There is strumming and then there's kind of a picked chord part. So I'll just quickly go over what's happening with the picked part, and they're kind of playing some lower notes to then some higher notes. So you can play the first 3 notes of the chord, 1, 2, 3, strum, and then go for the higher strings to then strum. So every chord basically gets 3 notes going from the lowest of that chord upwards, and then a strum, and then a down, down, up to then fill out the gap. And then when we get to the C, we're going to have a short, quick change between the C and the C/B. Which is pluck, pluck, strum, pluck, pluck, strum. So I'm going to play through those chords without me talking over the top so you can see how all of this fits together. Now if you were to play those chords through twice, you've got yourself the first verse. Now, just before we talk about the pre-chorus and chorus, which changes things up quite a lot, if you're interested in getting the chord chart for this, which has all of the chords with the full structure, as well as the chords and lyrics matched up, where you want to maybe sing and play along or just follow and know which lyric goes with which chord, then head on over to Patreon. I've got you covered. I've wrote this out. It's all wrote out professionally by myself, and you get access to it for the price of a coffee, and links are in the description for that. You get access to not only this song, but well over 400 other songs of the latest releases. Anyway, let's delve into the pre-chorus. Now the pre-chorus, the first time round, starts the same way. But the second time round almost repeats it. We have the A minor to the E minor, F major, and then we go up to a new chord of G major, which is 3 on the E string, 2 on the A, 0, 0, 0, and then a 3 on the high E. And that will end the pre-chorus. We then get to the chorus, which starts off with a new chord. This chord is D minor, which has an open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, and 1 on the high E. And what happens is we go from D minor to G, C to C/B, A minor, G. That's a lot of chords going on there. So that was D minor to G, then a quick change of C to C/B, A minor to G. We then repeat it all with one minor change. The first chord, D minor, replace it with F major, to G, C to C/B, A minor to G. So yeah, so there's two parts to that chorus, and the first chord, D minor, changes to an F. There's then a small little bit at the very end, which is F major, and then G. There's then a pause before it then goes to the next part of the song. Now the next part of the song is a bit of an interlude. It's just where the vocals stop and then the guitar picks up, and thankfully it's the same chords that we played during the introduction, which, looking at my notes, is the A minor to the E minor, then the F, then the C/B part. We'll play through that twice. Good news, we start to get a load of repetition. Again, looking over to the notes, verse number 2 is exactly the same as verse number 1. A minor to the E minor, then the F chord, then C to C/B, twice round. Let's see if I can get my words out. We then have that pre-chorus. Now the pre-chorus is ever so slightly different. We play A minor to E minor, then F major, and then two lots of G. So it's kind of taking a bit of the pre-chorus and the verse and jumbling it together. We then get to the very last part of the song, which is one more chorus. And I'm going to play through the full chorus because there's a small change. So we start off with D minor to G, C, C/B, A minor to G. Then there's the F chord to G, C/B, A minor, and G. Finally, F major to G. Then we sustain it before a pause, and then one strum of C major to end the song. So yeah, I heard this song for the first time this morning and I thought, got to make a tutorial for it. This sounds absolutely fantastic. Really, really lovely piece. So if you are interested in getting the extra material, that is over on Patreon, where you get everything wrought out professionally for the price of a coffee. Follow the link in the description over on Patreon. I also want to say thanks to the people on the screen who are my active patrons. The moment this video goes live, they will get access to that content that I mentioned earlier straight away. So thanks to them for their support. Thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.